Hello Husna, it's been a long time since we were with you, but we promised that we would make you a Banoffi Pie and show you how to do it. You already have the toffee, which we're not going to need straight away. The ingredients we need are digestive biscuits, butter and caster sugar to make the base. So we've got 215 grams of digestive biscuits, which is 14 biscuits, 35 grams of caster sugar and 77 grams of butter. So we put the biscuits in the processor to crush them up. If you don't have a processor, the best thing to do is just put them in a plastic bag and use the rolling pin and just crush them. Right, once you've crushed all the biscuits, the next thing to do is to melt the butter in the microwave. Okay? Or alternatively, just pop it in a saucepan. To the butter we add the sugar. That's, as I said before, 35 grams, which is 2 tablespoons of caster sugar. And then we add the butter and the sugar to the biscuits and mix well. Once well mixed, we empty it into the flan case. And press it down with the back of the spoon. make sure it's all nice and flat and pressed firmly down. So really you're just making a big biscuit. And then you pop that into the oven on gas mark 4 for 10 minutes until it's cooked. Okay, so once the base has been in the oven and cooked, you need to cool it and then put it into the fridge for half an hour to go nice and solid. So when you spread the toffee, the biscuit doesn't lift. So it's better if the toffee is at room temperature and the base is lovely and cold. So now we're going to spread the toffee. So your toffee should look like this. If by any chance the base does start to lift, leave the bit that has lifted and move on and do the rest, and then when you get to the end, just smooth over the lifted bit with the rest of the toffee. The toffee will firm up again once you put it back in the fridge when the whole pudding is finished. So once you've got a nice even layer of toffee, the next thing we're going to do is put the bananas on. Now, we have bigger bananas than you, so I use 2 bananas, but you may use 3 or 4. It doesn't matter. The thing that we want to achieve is just covering the surface of the toffee with slices of banana. Once that's covered, we'll move on to the cream. A quarter of a teaspoonful of coffee that's been powdered, 2 tablespoonfuls of caster sugar, and we put those all into the mixer. If you don't have an electric mixer, just a hand mixer is fine. It's just going to take you longer. So in goes the cream. Banoffi. And the 2 spoons of sugar. Okay. I'm just going to check it. Yeah, that seems like the right texture. Okay, so now we're going to spread the cream onto the top of the bananas. Okay. It's best to get the whole thing out into the middle and then spread it from there, because otherwise the bananas will lift. Okay. So once you've covered the whole top, you can just move on to the final thing, which is you just need some chocolate to grate over the top and make it look pretty to finish. So I just got a little small bar of plain chocolate, but you can use any chocolate you like, and you just grate it over the top. There. So that's it, finished. So now pop that back in the fridge for another, probably a good hour, so it's really lovely and cold. And before you want to serve it, just get it out, probably about half an hour, depending on how hot your room is, just to warm it up a bit. Okay, that's your Banoffi pie.